All right, guys. I'm out here with Tammy. How you doing, Tammy?
Hi.
How old are you, Tammy?
53. I just turned 53 the 8th of July.
All right. Did you grow up in Tucson?
Did not grow up in Tucson. I'm a Carolina girl.
Carolina.
On the East Coast. Yeah.
How long you been out here?
I've been in Tucson now, Arizona, for going on 7 years. Came out here to be with my youngest daughter and my new grandchild, and got clean from heroin. I came from New Jersey. I trained racehorses for a living up there and ended up hurt on the job. So basically decided to just come out here and get myself clean and live good, be a grandmother again. And was successful at it to begin with. 5 years clean. I managed to go 5 years clean from heroin, any opiate really. You know, I've had a lot of accidents in my life, so led me to an addiction of one, any type of opiate, and all the other drugs that come along with it. Because when you don't have one, you substitute, and that's what we do. Anything to get through a day, and basically led me up. COVID came through, and I lost my job, I lost my father, and just relapsed. And I've been on one big relapse for about 2.5 years now.
Just another run, huh?
Yeah, just another run.
Yeah. So before we get into that part, if you can real quick, just how's life growing up for you?
Growing up for me, I grew up poor. My grandfather was a farmer. My mom was a single mother. My father left when I was 2. He was in and out of my life, but basically raised by my grandfather, who was a farmer. And, we had to, I can remember farming the tobacco. I'd never even got paid till the end of the season. That's what bought my school clothes. And, that's how mom done us. But I mean, she was a good mom. She made sure we were fed and a roof over our head. She was an alcoholic. It took a lot out of us kids coming up and dealing with that. But addiction runs in my family. It's like full circle.
When did that start for you?
My addiction, probably 10.
Yeah.
The age of 10, my grandpa was he grew tobacco. Marijuana in with his tobacco. And so we had some good homegrown. I was the only girl, 13 boys in my whole entire family. Like my aunts and uncles, they all had boys. So I was the only girl till my sister came along. I was already 10 then. So I ran with all the boys in the family, and Papa had marijuana. He also had a liquor still. So, it's just there. Whatever we wanted, really. Didn't get into anything hard. Like I started doing coke when I was about 17, but never touched crack until I was 27, almost. So, but with me, seems like I don't do it unless I go hard at it. I cover up a lot of things, a lot of childhood things I went through. Molested at the age of 5, and then I blocked that and it all came rushing back to me when at the age of 30, I found out I was a product of rape, and that just led to why I didn't have a good relationship with my mother, So all those things play a factor in addiction, You don't know how to handle it sometimes, so you substitute. I guess is how you'd say it, just to get it off your mind, not have to deal with it. Yeah. At the end of the day, it's still there, though. It's always there. But it's been tough. I've had a hard life. Yeah. But I guess I also look at it like it is life. I'm very spiritual. I was raised Pentecostal. I have a good relationship with with my higher power. And I believe things happen for a reason. You know, I think it's his plan, his journey. I'm out here for a reason. I feel like um, if it's nothing more than to comfort someone else or help someone else on their journey or even help them out of this situation. You know, I try to be a good person to everybody out here. We are a community and we all, we get along for the most part, we all get along pretty good. But, drugs play a factor out here, and greed. Some bad things happen. I've been almost killed 3 times. Recently cut with a machete. Almost like inches away from my jugular, trying to save my son. I've been bit by a King Corso, massive. Sick lady put the dog on me. Beat from behind, jumped from behind. Just, but you live, you got to go on. Where are you going to go? I don't have anywhere else to go. I have no family. My family's out here. I have 2 boys out here. My oldest and my youngest are here. Like I said, I came here to be with my youngest daughter, and she's here. I just try not to impose on her and her family because I don't want her to end up out here and me be the cause of that. Because she is in recovery too, and she's been clean for 8 years. So very proud of that. Just had my second grandbaby, little boy, 3 days before my birthday. So I'm really excited about that.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So if you can, take us back to the day you relapsed. Do you remember that? I'm sure you do. And how long ago was that again?
A little over 2 years now,
okay.
I would say. I've been on a really long relapse.
Yeah, I get it.
Like I said, I came here to get clean. I did. I came here the day 2 days after I got here, I checked into Kodak, on Fort Lowell, East Fort Lowell, and I followed to a T for 5 years. Clean, got myself together, had my own apartment, my own vehicle that was paid for, and really had a good life, a good relationship with my family, especially my daughter and my grandson. And my youngest brother caught me. It was during COVID. COVID had just started. I just lost my job, or was laid off, whatever. And in the middle of a move, because I decided I'd been at my lease. The lease I was at on the east side was coming up. I'd been there 3 years. So I was like, let me move somewhere else just to get to know Tucson a little bit better, because compared to where I came from, Tucson is like humongous.
Really?
It is. I mean, I grew up in a little place called Green Sea, South Carolina, and if you blink your eyes, you'll miss it. Where I grew up, the road I grew up on is still a dirt road to this day, and it's just country. So I just wanted to explore the town a little bit more. I moved a little bit central into East 2nd Street, which at that time I did not know was nothing but drugs, and thought I was strong enough to be able to live there. And addiction's powerful. But my brother gave me a call from Kentucky, and my baby brother. And like I said, my whole family comes from addiction, some sort of addiction, alcohol, uh, any type of hard drug. But he didn't have anywhere to go. He said, I'm lost. I don't know what to do. He said, I'm in my van. He said, if I make a right, I go back home. me in South Carolina. He said, if I could take a left, I'd come to you. And he's like, what do I do? And instantly, you know, that's my brother. I didn't think, you know, and I told him to come. But I also thought he was clean, you know, he led me to think he was clean, he was doing good. And he wasn't. He was on meth really bad up in Kentucky. I guess that's like the go-to drug, more or less. And so when he got here, he told me, you know, he was gonna find work, and he did. He found work, but he didn't want me to put him on my lease. And you know, I kept getting notices for that, you know, and I'm like, you got to do something. So I ended up getting evicted because he wouldn't go on the lease, and I tried to fight it a couple of times, but you don't win in situations like that. I don't care what happens. So I lost my housing, and during I say housing, I lost my home. I didn't have housing per se, but so and at that time was out of work due to COVID. I was just drawing my unemployment and volunteering for the Biden campaign. That's something I did on while I was out of work, and kept seeing types in my house, and I never had even seen this until I came to Arizona. It was something that just didn't happen in my area where I grew up. I never knew what it looked like, you know, other than what I'd seen on TV. But I kept finding these pipes in my furniture, and I'm like, what is this? And he'd be like, oh, I found that when I got out my car coming in from work. Never dawned on me to say, well, why didn't you just throw it away? Or, you know, but he was using, you know, and me, I was blinded by that. I didn't see it. All I seen was my baby brother. We were close, you know. And so whenever I got evicted, he left that Friday, and that Friday came in from work, told me I'm going to get us a storage building. I had accumulated a lot of good things in my 5-year run of being clean. I had nice furniture and really nice TVs, everything. And I wanted it to go in storage because it wasn't my intentions to be here. And, he didn't come home all weekend. So I ended up losing everything, everything. Right on down to my birth certificate, you know, paperwork stuff. So I ended up out on Benson Highway, and if you know anything about Tucson, South Tucson, that's, you know, it's not a good area. I ended up out there, and I rented a little room at the extended stay there. That's what it was then. And he came in one night with one of those, you know, pills, and knew that that was my weakness. And he basically, you know, shook it in, and I was like, "Kid, you know, I can't get things can't get any worse." Or so I said to myself, "Things can't get any worse."
Those are just the excuses we tell ourselves, you know.
Yeah, that's exactly. It's your cop out. It's your I like to say your bartering mechanism.
Yeah, we say things like that to make ourselves feel okay with it. And then,
it's okay. We're just gonna do it once it hurt me. And I honestly, the 5 years I had been here, not one time heard of the blues. Not one time. Like, what are these things? I mean, it's a rock seat, is what we call them back home. I actually did a bid with the feds over, you know, writing prescriptions for my habit. You know, I caught a charge when I was 28, and thank God, knock on wood, I have not.
How long did you do in the feds?
I did 2.5 years.
20.5.
2.5.
Oh, 2.5. Okay.
Yeah. Ended up, and then I they got me for probation violation. I went back and done my 2 years of my probation period. So about 4.5 altogether. But you
And how
know,
long ago was it that you tried your first blue?
my first
Yeah, that one.
blues no was about 2.5 years ago
Okay, 2.5 years. Okay.
when I became homeless.
Okay.
And I mean, even at that point, I didn't consider myself homeless because we were in the extended stay. We were doing everything we could to, stay inside. And ended up down here. I ended up staying with a friend for a while, and my kids ruined that for me. And I ended up out on my ass from that, and that's the day that I really, really became homeless out here. I spent my first night outside under the St. Mary's Wash, that bridge, and was attacked that night by a crazy idiot. It's been a roller coaster ride. It's scary.
Yep.
You have to watch your P's and Q's out here. You have to watch what you say, who you talk to. It's a whole other world. It's a whole other, like, I don't know, politics is what I call it. You got your races. Not saying there's racist. I mean, we all do what we have to do to get along with one another. But at the end of the day, it's I don't even know how to say it. It's almost like gang affiliated. You've got your natives, you've got your Hispanics, and each go by their own set of rules. And me, I'm just a little outsider, and I moved here and I'm like, Barrio, you're in a Barrio. Barrio, what is a Barrio?
Yeah.
And this Barrio has rules, and then you step across the street or go through the red light and you're in another Barrio and you gotta follow this set of rules. So I just try to stay neutral, stay in my lane, and so far you would think I try to stay in my lane. Everybody will tell you I do stay in my lane, but if you would look back, I got big gash on my neck where I was struck with a machete just 2 weeks ago. Um, my life has been almost taken 3 times here in 2.5 years. I'm 53, and keep telling myself I'm here for a reason. I think, I have a voice. I can choose to take this situation and, you know, look at it as bad or look at it as a stepping stone in what I can do in that trying to move forward. It's hard when the housing, they say we have housing, they could do a lot more for us than what they do. I really believe that.
Are you on the waiting list right now?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm on the waiting list. I actually got my housing and was put in the stacks on 3rd Street, right back where it all began. I was on 2nd Street, and then they put me in the stacks, which is nothing but one big damn trap house, if you ask me.
Are those apartments?
Yeah, they're apartments. They're called the stacks, and they're I think 4 stories high, but your neighbor is either a drug dealer, a drug user, or both. Don't have to go far to find what you need. And so it wasn't long before I lost it. I helped a friend out, let a friend stay the weekend. Come to find out, he's wanted by the feds. So they knocking my door down.
Yeah.
So I lost my housing on account. Right back in the streets. I am here. And
how many blues are you going through a day right now?
That depends on how much money I can make in a day. I fly my sign. I try not to use at one time when I first became homeless, I was using 50 plus a day. Now I have disciplined myself to, I would say, about 6 a day. But they're stronger now. They're just, it just changes. Everything changes with these things every, so I don't even, every week.
Yeah.
Right now, everybody's struggling because, they're not making them like they should.
Yeah.
Or like they were. They're killing people. Like I just recently saved 2 guys' life. Like they were dead. Thank God for Narcan. You know, I don't think we have enough of that. I think we should have little stations or something like we have those get a book places where we can just walk up and get a book out of this little cubby. I think we need some little cubbies with some Narcan because had I not been around, both of those boys would have died. I was the only one with Narcan. The only one. And it's a shame. I think it is. And I think that we should have more places to be able to get it.
Yeah, I agree.
And I spoke with someone about that the other day that was handing them out, and he was very, very rude. Why would we do that? So you guys can just, throw them out or whatever. Why wouldn't you do it if it saves one person's life? Why wouldn't you do it? Like the first kid, the guy had to come up out of the wash because they were in the wash getting high, and it, literally a half a mile, nobody had Narcan. I'm surprised that he lived because he had to go back that half a mile down into the wash to get the Narcan to him. He was literally gone for a good 3 or 4, 5 minutes, but it saved him. And then just recently I had another kid up under the bridge here. And, you don't think when situations like that happen, you just jump in and do it. And I've never really administered any of it until the first kid. Well, I didn't do that one. Like I just gave my Narcan, but this one I had to give him 2 nasals, and I was pulling my second uh, intravenous one for him, like to get him up, just to get him out of it. Like it's harder. I don't know what they're putting in, but it's harder for this Narcan to bring him back around. Myself, I've never OD'd, thank God, but I am older and I try not to. I'm here to, like, I don't use it to say just party all the time because this is not no party. This is survival. It's survival. It's everything we can do to get through a day, to eat.
So as far as we'll finish it off with, I guess the next year, the future, what you want. You think you'll go to detox or treatment or?
I think in the next year I plan to be up out of here. I've seriously been thinking about detox lately. I did go to Cornerstone once and I really, really enjoyed that. To say when, I don't know, but yeah, my ambition is to get clean again because I want to be a part of my grandkids' life and, live a little longer. I don't see that happening if I don't come up out of this.
Yeah.
The next time they may, succeed. And why somebody trying to kill me, I don't know. But I might not be as lucky the next time. I don't want to happen. I want to live a lot longer.
Yeah.
I think I can help a lot of people if I can just get myself together enough to get out of this hump I'm on. And yeah, I started school. I got like a year and a half in on my bachelor in science and human services.
Wow.
You know, I have my certificate in business management. I managed to accomplish what I call a few good things in my life.
Absolutely.
And I would like to be an advocate for the homeless. I think I've experienced a lot of stuff out here. I see a lot of things, and I talk to these people. You know, I don't just party with them. I'm a friend to them, a confidant, someone they can lean on.
Yeah. I believe you can do it. I believe you know what it takes. You've already been to Cornerstone. That's on the east side, right? Yeah.
It's over by Wilmot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure, that's a good program.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, I definitely believe you can do it. One of the ladies I interviewed her twice. She gave me a call for a ride to detox, so I picked her up and I took her to treatment. So you have my information. If you ever need that ride, I'll give you a ride 24/7. I don't live far from here. I answer my phone 24/7. So if you ever get tired of being sick and tired, just give me a call. We'll get you there.
Well, I think what holds me here are my two boys. You know, I have two boys out here. I've got my youngest son and I have my oldest son. And also my oldest son has his girlfriend, wife, whatever you want. They've been together 6 years. So.
They're your real children?
Huh?
They're your real kids?
Oh yeah.
Okay. They're out here too?
They're here.
I understand.
And they're out here. My son, my youngest son, was attacked. When I was attacked, they were trying to kill him. And had I not jumped and pulled the guy off of me, he would have decapitated my son. And my son never seen it coming, so I did what any mother I think would have done. I jumped in and pulled him off of my child, but I may not be there to save him the next time. And it's hard out here. It's really hard.
Like you said, it's survival.
It's survival. It is.
Every day.
Every day.
I was never homeless for like a long period of time. I would just go to CB like to detox. Mm-hmm. But it's survival from what I see and from what I hear, man. I believe you could definitely do it.
Yeah, something's gotta give, because I mean it's getting worse, it's not getting better. It doesn't seem like there's any type of relief when it comes to us. We have a hard time just being able to walk in the store here and get a soda. The lady that runs the store is very, very, I don't know how, she's rude, prejudiced.
Judgmental.
Huh? Judgmental. Yeah. We're called walkers. She calls us walkers, and I'm like, I think of The Walking Dead when she does that. And I'm like, but yet people that drive a car will come and rob her, and that's, okay. But I mean, there's days that we can't even go in her store. She'll post a sign, "No walkers." That makes it hard on us. But we're survivors. We figure it out. Believe it or not, though, we're the same as anybody else out here.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of us that have a lot of school behind us. We're very intelligent. Could really, really do something good for Tucson if given the opportunity. We're not violence. I think that comes with the struggles that we go through out here. That's what makes us mean, what makes us mad, what makes us angry, and just to be heard sometimes. is all we need. Someone to pay attention and listen to what our needs are, because every one of us are different, but at the end of the day, we're hungry. You know, we can't even use the restrooms around here, the public restrooms.
Yeah.
You know, so, you know, just to be heard sometimes, listen to, not heard, listen to, because a lot of people will stand and listen. You're talking to them, but you don't know that they're taking it all in. You don't know if they really, really realize what you go through out here. And this is one little section of Tucson. I was so amazed. I went to River and Oracle over there a while back, the Tohono Center. I got off the bus there, and up under the wash, there were like 75 homeless people. And I was so thrown back because it made me realize that I'm just in one little part of this town. And it's so much. There's parts of this town I haven't even seen, couldn't tell you about. And it makes me angry. It makes me sad to know that as big and beautiful as this city is, the homeless that is here, you know, it's suffering. It's suffering. And it's sad. I can't say it's wrong because, you know, we make our choices sometimes that lead us here, but we all deserve a chance. We all deserve a way out. Whether you choose to take it or not is on you. But I think, you know, put yourself in my shoes sometimes. Walk where I walk. And maybe you'll understand a little bit about us.
All right, Tammy. Well, I definitely appreciate your story. Really good talking to you. Hope to see
I appreciate you listening.
Absolutely.
I don't know. When I'll have to. Will this tell me how to get on your account?
Yeah.
And
I'll
see
tell
the
you about
interview
that.
or see whenever.
Yeah, I'll tell you about that. But yeah, I appreciate your story. I'll just close out the video.
All right.
But yeah, I'll talk to you.